You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. So, Danny, now we have an interesting trading card scenario. Who we got?
So, Jason, we are going with Dalvin Cook's 2017 Panini rookie card for Alvin Kamara's 2017 Panini rookie card. Couple quick bios. Dalvin Cook was a second-round pick out of Florida State by the Minnesota Vikings back in 2017. And Alvin Kamara was a third-round pick out of the University of Tennessee by the New Orleans Saints. Dalvin Cook has 2 Pro Bowls so far, 3,600 yards rushing, 33 touchdowns, 1,275 yards receiving, and 3 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara has 4. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, 2017 Offensive Player of the Year. He has 3,340 yards rushing, 43 touchdowns, at 2,800 yards receiving, and 15 touchdowns. So, Jason, who do you want in your portfolio?
Danny, this was an interesting trading card scenario, man. I've been going back and forth on this. And this has been a difficult one. It really has been. Dalvin Cook, Florida State. I mean, those highlights are unbelievable, man. Those highlights are unbelievable, man. Dalvin Cook from Miami was decided to go to Florida State. That alone is interesting decision itself. Danny, as I dug a little bit deeper into the stats and the situations that these two players are in, I look at especially Alvin Kamara, who he played for and who he played with. I mean, Drew Brees at the helm. And in looking at the stats rushing wise for Kamara, 728 yards as a rookie, 883, 797, 932 yards. But you have to think about the offense of the New Orleans Saints at the time. And man, this is yards from scrimmage. The yards from scrimmage for Kamara has been up over 1,000 yards each season he's been in the league. 1,554 in his rookie campaign, 1,592, 1,330, 1,688. I mean, Kamara is a offensive weapon in that offense. It's going to be interesting to see how he does with the new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. Now, looking at Dalvin Cooks, though, I mean, Dalvin Cook is no slouch. He's no slouch. But he's more so on a rushing end. So different offenses.
Yep.
Okay, so when you look at Dalvin Cook rookie campaign, I don't know what the hell the Vikings were thinking here, with only giving him 354 yards. His rookie campaign, but it rose to 615. But then he turned it on. I think he got injured there, but he turned it on in 2019 with 1135, and then 2020 1,557 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, by the way, he's no slouch either when it comes to scrimmage yards. I mean, in 2020, he had 1,918 scrimmage yards. That is bananas, man. So I think you have to look at the different offenses. And oh, by the way, the Vikings had Kirk Cousins. So think about that for a moment. Drew Brees, Kirk Cousins, the offenses.
Mm-hmm.
So this is interesting enough here. And I'm going to have to go with, and I in no way, being a Packers fan, I am in no way a fan of the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going with Dalvin Cook on this one, man, because the promise and the potential is there. I think the upswing of his career is there. I think as long as Alvin Kamara stays with the New Orleans Saints, and we don't know about their quarterback situation, I think we may see a little drop off there. So with that, I'm going with Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook. Who you got, Danny?
Well, Jason, you hit on some of the points I was going to mention, but you look at Dalvin Cook, he's more of a blue collar running back. Mm-hmm. Even though he's small in stature, he reminds me a little bit of Walter Payton in a way. Mm-hmm. He has that, he try to run you over, but he's real shifty, he's real quick. Mm-hmm. And you got to think about, you mentioned Kirk Cousins, but he also had like Sam Bradford and some other, Case Keenum, I think was another quarterback. So he hasn't had the most stellar quarterback play, and their offense is not the it's very slow and methodical. But last year they picked up a little bit because they got Justin Jefferson in the fold. And then if you look at Kamara's more flashy. But you saw a couple signs last year when Taysom Hill took over, when Drew Brees had those rib injuries, where Kamara slowed down to a halt. And he didn't have, and you got to think about in his career too, he had Mark Ingram with him. So it's like a thunder and lightning type combination where Dalvin Cook is the featured back. Mm-hmm. So from a card perspective, I think Kamara's card at this time will have more value just because Dalvin Cook, he's with the Vikings and he's not really flashy. He just goes out there and just does his thing and puts up crazy numbers. So people don't really know him. So from a card perspective, I want Kamara now. But I agree with you down the line. If Cook can stay healthy, I think Cook has a better trajectory because he's been in this role now and he's just going to flourish because they're going to continue to feature him as long as he doesn't get hurt. Kamara, you just don't know what you're really going to get. So I'm saying point in time is Kamara, but down the line, I think it's Cook's card. So I'm going to say Kamara in this scenario just due to recency bias and his flash, and people know him more than I would say Dalvin Cook at this point from a national perspective.
I got to go with Dalvin Cook, man.
Yeah. Like I said, man, Dalvin Cook's a featured back. I just think Alvin Kamara has the flash and dash, but we'll see this year and even next year with the Saints. I'm hoping you're right because I'm a Falcons fan, so I hope the Saints fall on my face. But but you'll see because he's always had like Latavius Murray and Mark Ingram with him. Can he do it by himself?
There you have it. Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.